see on this TV over here, there's some video from our research center. So those of you who are not familiar with IBHS, we are a nonprofit. We are 100% funded by property insurers and reinsurers. And we are paid to figure out why do buildings come apart and when, why do they suffer damage from wind-driven rain, hail, and wildfire. That's all we do. And so what our purpose is to try to understand what is driving losses for insurance companies and what is creating devastating outcomes for the people that live in the homes that they're insuring. And so after decades of research, a couple things have stood out. There is a very predictable progression of damage. If you are impacted by a high wind event, your roof cover is the most susceptible system on your house. The next most vulnerable thing on your home is your garage door. Okay, so that progression of damage that David just described is super predictable. Why is that? It's because houses in the modern day are designed for the pressure, the wind load that's being applied to them to stay on the exterior of the building. So once the wind rushes in, as Dave described, it pushes out where it was never designed to be resisted in the first place. So now you've got all that pressure moving on the inside of the wall and on the outside of the wall, and it just overwhelms the system that quick. So if we want to do something about it, the industry said, well, why don't we put a program together that gives people a very easy to understand roadmap to improve the performance of their home under these very predictable circumstances. And that's what Fortified is. So Fortified is a designation program. It's really similar on the resilience side to what you might be familiar with on the energy rating side. So we are paying attention only to the things that make a home more wind resistant, more hail resistant, and we have a sister program called Wildfire Prepared, more wildfire resistant. Okay, and as the Fortified program, we are a voluntary program, and it is third-party verified. So you work with somebody who collects documentation and then submits it to IBHS, and I have a team of experts, and we look at every single file, every single picture, and we make a decision. We issue a certificate. What does that do for you? So Leslie talked about affordability and improving the cost of insurance or insurability, making a home more insurable. And how do we achieve that? Well, insurance companies care about loss frequency and loss severity. So how likely are you to have a claim? And if you have a claim, how severe is it going to be? Fortified is specifically designed to attack those two problems: reduce frequency and reduce severity. And the keys to that, in the majority of the country, whether you're on the hurricane coast or you're in Oklahoma, Kentucky had a devastating tornado a few years ago. We are now having fortified homes built in Kentucky. We have almost 100,000 homes now nationwide that have followed our standard. We have 3 levels to our standard: roof, silver, and gold. And the roof comes first, and then the garage door is what gives you silver in the majority of the country. So if you're in someplace inland, like Oklahoma, Arkansas, Iowa, Minnesota, Wisconsin, you can really achieve a pretty significant level of resilience just by addressing the garage door. What are some of the key features there? You'll see that over there, and we're happy to talk to you on the side, talk more about Fortified, talk about the features of the door that make it more wind resistant. But the idea is getting consumers to understand, where should they invest their money? If they're going to pay to upgrade something in their home, where are they going to get the most bang for their buck? And this is an easy sale. It's an easy proof point to be able to say to somebody, if you focus here, spend a few $100s more here, you're going to get a much better performing house on a really bad day. So I look forward to talking to you a little bit more over here. We work with builders across the country. We're in 34 states. As I said, we're a nonprofit, so this is not a profit center for us. I'm not trying to sell you a whole bunch of services and things that you need to buy from us. We just want people to make better decisions with better information so that they can have long-term durability in their home.